Hey folks, this is Adria, and today I'm going to take you through buying a new or refurbished MacBook laptop for yourself or for your kids or for folks who are college bound or whatever. So here we are at apple.com/Mac. This is where they sell their wares, all right? So there are three models of notebooks with Apple. There's the MacBook, which is their standard version. It's great for a lot of folks, great for business. Then you have the MacBook Pro, which usually has the larger screen and more processing power, especially for video. And then you have the MacBook Air, which is very, very thin, very lightweight, but its biggest downfall is that it doesn't have an Ethernet port, which means you can't plug it into the internet like at work. It means you always have to use wireless or get an adapter. Okay, so before we start looking in here and looking at prices, I just want to make sure that you know that there is a refurbished section of the Apple Store. So if you type in Apple Refurbished into Google, boom, you'll pull it up. So let's go take a look at that. And here are some featured products. You know, they'll say, oh, here's a MacBook Pro, a MacBook Air. So you can also search on the left here, right? And take a look and see what's in there. The thing I want to point out is that we'll break down what you need to look for in a MacBook. What are the things you're comparing? Well, let's look at this first one. MacBook, the CPU is a 2.13 gigahertz processor, Core 2 Duo. Just make note of that. The body of the system is white versus the newer aluminum. Then the screen size is 13 inches, and that's measured diagonally from one corner to another. The amount of memory is 2 gigs. That's a good amount. The hard drive is 160 gigs. It has one of the NVIDIA GeForce 9400 graphics video cards in it. All of these notebooks come with a webcam known as an iSight camera. So even if it doesn't say it, it comes with it. So don't worry about that. So you can save upwards of 30% here in the Mac refurbished area, right? So this one says you're saving 15%. So instead of $1,000, you're paying $849. Okay. The next one here is 2 gigahertz, so it's a little bit slower than this one, but it has the newer aluminum case. It's also a 13-inch. It also has 2 gigs of memory. It also has the same amount of hard drive space, which is where you store your stuff. It has an 8-speed DVD read-write drive, so this one may not have a read-write, or may not have a writing drive. You can read, but you can't write DVDs. Let's take a look. And so that's for $899, so $50 more. Then the next system here is a 2.4 gigahertz Intel Core Duo. It also has an aluminum case, 13-inch screen, 2 gigs of memory, a much larger hard drive, almost twice the size, coming at 250 gigs, and it also has a DVD read-write drive. So that's now $150 more than this first one we looked at. So basically what you'll do is you'll go through and look at these, and inventory changes frequently. So when you're looking in the refurbished section, something may be there and then it may not be there tomorrow. So you kind of want to get schooled on what you need for, how you work. Are you mostly working with spreadsheets and Word documents and email, or are you doing video editing? Are you, clipping and cutting and pasting and putting stuff on YouTube? That's really going to determine what is a good fit for you, right? And at Ask Adria today, I'm doing a show, in fact, on how to determine what's the right system for you to buy, whether it's PC or Mac. So here we go. Then it has the specs, and it talks about the warranty. Refurbished items come with a 1-year warranty, just like new items. I would encourage you to extend it. I would also encourage you to make sure when you buy a computer, you buy it from the original manufacturer. So if you're buying Apple, okay, buy from Apple. If you're getting a Dell, buy from Dell. You can see more of the specs down here. So for those of you geeks out there who want to kind of go through stuff. So going back to the new Mac store, it's certainly nice, to compare and, watch all these videos and stuff. But in the end, it comes down to specs and making sure that you know what you need for how you work. Okay, look at that, PC to Mac basics. So there's a lot of good information certainly here on the Apple site. With that, take care till next time.